Hello fellow YouTubers, Pear Prepper here. Today we're going to make prickly pear jalapeno jam. Yep, prickly pear jalapeno jam. So what I have in here is chopped prickly pear, jalapenos, pomegranate juice, a semi-sweet red wine, and lemon juice. Put it all together and cook it for 1 hour. Now, if you want to make this savory, then what you want to do is you want to, at this point, add 1 tablespoon of honey for each 2 cups of prickly pear juice and 1 teaspoon of pectin for each 2 cups. All right? But we're going to make this a sweet prickly pear jalapeno cranberry jam. Alright, so now I'm going to add my sugar. Your sugar is going to be 1.5 cups for every 2 cups of prickly pear juice. Now remember, you're going to have the cranberry juice and all that other in there. And so I'll give you the ingredients down below in the description box and your measurements. So let me go ahead and add the sugar. It's going to be a lot. This is going to replace my jalapeno jelly this year. I know that seems like a lot of sugar, but for every 2 cups of prickly pear, you're going to have 1.5 cups of pomegranate juice. So that is quite a bit. Now, before we decide if we need to add any more, we need to dissolve it and then taste it. So let's get this dissolved and I'll be back. Once you've dissolved your sugars, taste it. And I warn you in advance, this is spicier than my jalapeno jelly. It packs a punch. And go ahead and add your fruit pectin. It's the powdered form. And you're going to do 1 teaspoon for every 2 cups of prickly pear juice. So I am going to add this in. I'm going to get a whisk. The difference between liquid and powdered pectin is powdered pectin you add before the boil. Liquid pectin you add after the boil. Alrighty. Get it mixed in there really good. See all those jalapenos? Woo doggy. Now let's bring this up to a rolling boil. Alright, it's been boiling for a minute. Let me turn off the radio. Listening to the Herbal Prepper. Shout out. Believe she's on Prepper Broadcasting. Check her out. There's a lot of good videos there. And, or radio shows, I should say. And you can find my archives at Blog Talk Radio. I'm not sure if they're still at Prepper Broadcasting or not. But just look for Bear Prepper and you can see all my radio shows. I did it for a year, once a week for quite a while. Alright, so let's go ahead and jar these up. Now again, I will tell you, this is really spicy. Maybe not for some of you, but for Bear Prepper it is. Oh, and you know what? You don't want to look at a boiling pot the whole time now, do you? There we go. How's that? So remember the stains, so you want to kind of take precautions. Fill them to within about 1/4 inch. See all those jalapenos? There are actually 40 jalapenos in this. So before I do more, I'm going to show you how to do the tattler lids. So I always get those questions. Alright, so when you're doing tattler lids, let's see if we can get you a little closer. Alright, so let me show you how to do the tattler lids. First thing you want to do is stick your knife down. Usually this is too liquid to leave air pockets, but it doesn't hurt to do it anyways. Get your damp. I use paper towels so I can just throw them away, but in an SHTF situation you want to use something you can just wash. For tattler lids, tongs, the best invention in the world. So I'm going to reach in here and I'm going to get a plastic piece. I'm going to drop it because it was hot. And then I want a ring that fits the little ones. You're going to put the ring on the lid. Now wash your hands really good because you do touch these. You're going to set it over it. Going to grab your band, stick your finger through it, and tighten her down. You want it tight, but not overly tight. Because what's going to happen on these tattlers is they don't seal like the regular ones do. So you cook it for the 10 minutes, and it gets all the bacteria and all the air out. And then when you pull it out is when it starts to seal. So when you pull it out, you check your lids. If you have the new Easy Jars lids, then you want to only tighten the band afterward if it is loose, really loose. But with the old ones, you want to tighten it down more snugly afterwards. Really snugly. And then when it's completely cooled, 12 to 24 hours later, then you want to take your band off and store them without the band. The great thing about the tattlers, for someone like me that has their storage outside, there's no metal against metal, so you're not going to have the huge rust problem that you would if you left your bands and lids on. So it makes it kind of nice. And then just set them in your water bath canner. Whoa, I almost set them in my jelly. We'll set them right here for just a moment, and let's show you the ball lids. Now, like I said in my video, these ball lids are new ones. They are not the ones that came off the jar. I know a lot of people have said that the after a day, the rings go away, the indentions. And Ball says they're fine to use. I do not use them. I use new ones. Mine are outside in storage. I'm not going to risk there not being enough gasket material. So, with the ball, same thing, within 1/4 inch, about 1/4 inch. Take your lid, put it on, take your ring, you can hold it if you'd like, and tighten it down finger tight. That's all you do with those. And we'll get these in the water bath canner. We're going to water bath can them for 10 minutes. Let me just add one thing. I've been asked quite a bit, what do I think of the tattler lids? for reusability, they are amazing. The problem is I don't want to share my jars with Tattler lids on them. You guys know how it is. You share something with people, they never give you back your jars or your lids and rings. And I don't want to lose them. Now, I watched for a sale on mine, and I got 300 Tattlers for $40 or $50 a box. So I think it was like $80 for 300. No, it was 600 because I got 2 sets of them because that was just unbelievable price. So I like them for everything but high fat. And the reason they aren't good for things like bacon, which is high fat, is because they are looser. They don't seal until after they come out of the canner. So the problem is that grease has gotten up in between a little more than it would under the balls. That's not to say I don't like them. I do. I love them. They work really good as long as you follow the right instructions and tighten them when they come out. The first time I used them, I didn't follow the directions and I had a lot of issues. Also tightening them, you tighten them the same you would the other lids when they go into the canner, and then tighten them more when they come out. But I really love them. Just don't use them for high grease items. Prickly pear jalapeno jelly. Yummy.